Hail adventurers! It's me, Josiah Colborn. Today I wanted to talk about Barony's 3D voxel art. I'm responsible for the art you currently see in Barony. When Sheridan, the Turning Wheel founder, first started the project, he chose to work with voxels because they're fun and easy to work with for somebody who's not a 3D modeler. You can think of a voxel as a pixel but with volume, so a 3D pixel, usually a cube. Building with voxels is almost exactly like building in creative mode in Minecraft. We use free tools like Voxel Shop and Magica Voxel for all of our 3D art assets. You place each cube relative to the last, and you can select its color or paint it to be a new color after it's placed. It's all really intuitive, and with a small team like ours, it's great to be able to make something quickly. When I first joined the team, I already had a lot of experience as a game industry 3D artist, and there was a huge opportunity to make Barony's art look a lot better. When I was a preteen, I did a lot of pixel artwork, modding Wolfenstein 3D and Doom 2. I made music videos and deep paint animation, and made pixel illustration mods for A Bard's Tale. So I saw a great opportunity to make voxel art for Barony that was inspired by classic pixel artwork from 90s PC gaming masterpieces. Barony's game design was inspired by some of those same classics. If you look at other games with voxel art, they tend to stick with a chibi style, or they go with basic color and scramble in some noise, just to give it detail. I really wanted to use traditional pixel art illustration techniques, but in 3D with voxels. I hadn't seen a game's voxel art done like that before, so that was my mission, and I'd like to think we pulled it off. Unlike Minecraft's characters, whose heads are cubes with eyeballs painted on, I wanted to use the limited voxel resolution and still imply complex, organic shapes in our models. Help give the characters a little more personality, and make the game's treasures a little more alluring. Every dungeon tile in Barony is equal to 32 cubic voxels, and a character is usually quite a bit smaller than a dungeon tile. So if you think of it that way, I have a very small amount of voxels to work with to get the detail I want. The result is some voxel placement that might be unintuitive to a lot of budding artists, to try and really sell those more organic shapes with just a few cubes. It's fun figuring out the puzzle of how I can arrange these just so, and give warmth and life to a small jumble of blocks. A lot like building with Lego. A fun fact about Barony's voxel art is that we actually use multiple models for almost every piece of equipment you can hold in your hands in the game. When the game first launched, the in-world models and the first-person models were the same. And it's important that different art in the game keeps the same resolution so that the art style looks consistent. It all follows the same rules visually. But when you put a sword right up in your face and it's only 8 voxels high, suddenly those voxels look really big and really ugly. And it actually creates the perception that your handheld gear is lower resolution and lower detail than the world around it. As a result, I created versions of each model that were twice as big in 3 dimensions for first person. So now your held gear looks about as detailed as the world around you, which keeps the voxel and pixel art feeling like it all fits together. One more factoid I thought I'd share is the way that characters are put together in Barony. Each body part is its own voxel mesh, and the game animates each model together with code. So what that means is making a character is a matter of making the body model, the arm models, the head model, the legs, in some cases wings, and the game constructs it all together into a character using a limbs offset definitions file which arranges every model relative to one another. When I'm making a new character, I can experiment with the spacing, placement, and size of each model to make sure I'm getting the proportions and posture of the character right. I'm excited to do some new models for your backer rewards, including the personalized statues and new items that those of you in the Game Master tier come up with. And if we're lucky, there will be quite a bit more great stuff to add to Barony in its near future. Thanks for your time and your continued support and enthusiasm during this campaign. If you want to talk about modding Barony with your own voxel art, or if you just want to share your ideas, please let us know in the comments.